many of you recall the human chain of events these executives perform. If you remember correctly, most of you probably remember they did a relay, a simulated relay, and handed off a baton between major systems. And sometimes they even dropped it, right? So sometimes it happens to us. Today we're putting our own company processing spin on that human chain of events to emphasize and remind us how we are connected internally and externally. So I'm sure you've all noticed this diagram up at the front. We've asked you to sort of congregate at your table. And all of these colors represent major areas in the company processing delivery organization. And I'm going to say they somewhat represent your little home team, right? We all kind of do work in our own places, and I don't know that we always realize how we do have some connection. We thought this might help. We hope it helps to maybe trace some names and faces with some of the people that are in those organizations, and maybe how, unbeknownst to you, that we rely on one another. Also notice the black box in the back with the computer and the black balloons. For today's meeting, that represents all those external IT and business partners that we depend on and likewise depend on us. So I'm going to say, how often is it that we take for granted or assume things in that black box will just work out, right? I think a lot of times it happens to us when we think, don't worry, they know what they're doing, they'll hand it over and we'll be good. I think you'd all agree that we've become much more aware and integrated with those applications and technologies, and that we realize how important it is to understand how we depend on one another in those systems. So finally today is about having a little bit of fun too, so I hope you'll enjoy the meeting. And with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Mark Morris.
I'm going to hide in the dark, which I told Diane is mood lighting. No. Let's think about the big picture for a minute. What's our mission statement? Our mission is to thrill the customer. And the reason we want to thrill the customer is that it's going to allow us to retain the customers that we already have and retain his or her business. We're also going to attract new customers to Allstate, and that's going to allow Allstate to grow market share, which is something that we need very desperately. Now, the other thing we've talked about a lot is line of sight to the customer and why that's important. Our line of sight to the customer allows us to see who we are and what we do for the customer and understand how that affects the company as a whole. Now, sometimes with a lot of the systems that we support, that line of sight's a little bit blurry. We don't have, most of us, that one-to-one interface with what we do goes to the customer. And getting a little bit blurry, we see ourselves more as the smaller gears or larger gears in a really, really big machine. And that gets a little bit frustrating for us. So to get an idea of how we fit in the bigger picture and really do have a line of sight to the customer, we want to show you the big picture. This is company processing. This is the big picture. On the big picture, we have some work with us on that one. All characters appearing in this work are fictitious. Any resemblance to real persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. And so on, and so on, and so on. Everybody needs an insurance agent. Everybody. Now, this is going to be the story today of Arlene. Now, Arlene is a very enthusiastic young woman who has decided that she's going to answer the call of working for a company that takes care of people in their time of need. Arlene, where are you? There she is.
I am so excited to be an Allstate agent. I can't wait to write policies, get people in good hands, give them a peace of mind, and help Allstate grow. So I've done all my licensing work, and I'm ready to be onboarded.
So you want to be onboarded, and you got your licenses? Okay, several things you have to do before you can really get to work. The first thing that you have to do is you have to take those licenses and you have to get them entered into SAP. So why don't you do that?
All right.
Good
Here's all
morning,
my info.
Super Agent Arlene. How's it today?
How's the weather in Lincoln?
Just great. I'll enter your license and appointment information into these.
Still can't do business. You know why? And you say why? can't do business is we need to know two things. One is we need to know that you're compliant with all of our policies at Allstate and all the legal policies and all that sort of stuff. So what you need to do is you need to go to EWA, and that's the remainder of the HR system that we still run, and you need to enter your compliance information into the compliance
So
system.
please read and sign me.
Yeah.
That's right. And did you want to be able to give back to the community?
Of course.
Okay. Well, we offer e-pledge so you can determine where you would like to make a donation and a paycheck.
All right, here's my electronic signature.
Thank you. Good luck.
Arlene, you're a very philanthropic individual. It's good to give back to the community. That's what we do here. You ready to do business?
You betcha.
Wrong. The next thing you have to, you don't have any way to talk to your customers, do you? You need some marketing materials, you need some business cards, you need calendars, you need brochures, you need letterhead. So the way you're going to get that is you're going to go back to SAP and you're going to place an order through the MOD system and you're going to get those pieces of information.
Hello, Super Agent Arlene.
Hook me up with some marketing
Of
materials.
course, I just love these MOD screens. Here you go. Here's your fantastic marketing material.
Excellent, so now you're ready to go, right?
Right?
Yes.
Yes, you are. All right. Head off and become prosperous. We said everybody needs an insurance agent. That's true. Everybody does. You need an insurance agent. I need an insurance agent. Superheroes need an insurance agent. Superheroes like these.
Hello, Commissioner Gordon. Batman is paying too much money for insurance on the Batmobile and the Batcycle. Holy what? Thank you for your concern. Yes, and the coverage is not adequate either. We are with them, but considering the villains the Caped Crusaders fight, it is just creepy to do business with a lizard or a virtual woman in white. The one in the cat outfit is enough trouble. I need a recommendation, an agent. No, a super agent.